Hi, I'm Chris James. Today we're out on lovely Lake Simcoe in the middle of winter. We're going to show you how to properly pump out a digester. We recommend pumping out the digester when it's 1/3 full, or there's between 16 and 24 inches of sludge and scum within the tank. Measuring the sludge and scum is done by using a TrueCore sampler. We recommend using the TrueCore made by Simtech. There's other versions of sludge judges and whatnot. We find the TrueCore works really well. Typically in these digesters, you're going to notice very little to no scum layer. It's going to be all sludge sitting at the bottom. One thing to keep in mind is that the digester tube does go around and loop around to the inlet side of the tank always. Just be mindful to take the sludge samples throughout the tank to get an idea of the actual true level of the sludge. Sometimes there is a bit more sludge accumulation at the outlet of that tube, so you don't want to just take one at the outlet and determine it that way. So these are very simple, easy tools to use. You put them down to the bottom of the tank, let it hit the bottom, pull the stopper, pull it up, and then you can see this one has approximately 6 inches of sludge on that sample. As you can see, there's a little bit there, but overall there's about 6 inches. You can also measure the sludge at the outlet side of the tank through the small little holes provided. This is the IPC, internal pump chamber. So you can just slide it down the side and get a proper measurement that way. As you can see, there is less sludge on the outlet side than the inlet. So as I mentioned before, 16 to 24 inches of the sludge and scum, or when the tank's 1/3 full. A lot of homeowners want to know, well, how many years can you get? Industry standard for a septic tank is about 4 to 6 years. We can expect to go longer than that typically with the digester because of the more efficient tank. Unfortunately, it varies so often, it's really hard to give them an actual number. Usually around the 4 to 6 years is the industry standard number to use. So when it comes to pumping out the digester, they're very easy. We're going to pump from the inside of the anaerobic digester, the tube. The reason being is once you put it in there, you're going to be catching all those inorganics, all the garbage right at the start, and you're just going to reverse the flow through the digester tube, which then moves the sludge out of the tank, and reversing the flow is going to get all that garbage out. So once we're done reversing the flow through the digester tube to remove the rest of the sludge, we go outside of the digester tube, place it right on the bottom to start removing that sludge. So once we pump out the digester, we always recommend to pump out the IPC, the internal pump chamber, or if there's an external pump chamber, that gets pumped out as well to remove any possible solids that have migrated through over into these tanks. These tanks will have pumps and floats, so just be mindful not to catch one. It's always recommended just to put the vacuum hose straight to the bottom and pump up from there. On another note, it's also recommended, if it is a below ground biofilter, that the effluent on the bottom of those tanks also gets pumped out. There is sometimes some, if the system's not performing well, or if there's some biofilm that's created in there, that also gets removed while the pumper's here on site.